Good evening, I'm Lelda Smiths and welcome to the Market Wrap on Thursday, the 14th of March for the Finance News Network. The Australian share market sank 1.2% today, ending at the session low. Despite a positive lead from Wall Street, local stocks dropped to open with the miners weighing throughout the session. Better than expected domestic jobs data punctured hopes for future rate cuts, but has pushed both the Australian dollar and bond yields higher. Today, the S&P ASX 200 index retreated 60 points to close at 5,032. The value of trades was $5.1 billion on volume of $949 million.